Well, I would like to talk about sales. As you know, it's one of my love-hate topics because I love it and yet I hate it because I've got so much resistance from when I, was in my early years of business and I had to sell and I hated every minute of it. So I feel like my whole journey as a business owner has been all about learning how to sell. And I feel like I'm learning new stuff every week. And it's funny, I have great conversations with my nephew Paul about this. He's a business owner as well, and he's out there selling and doing his thing. And I'm so proud at how confident he's become in his sales ability. He's just really stepping into his own. And I think I have too in my work. One of my biggest challenges is that I'm so servant oriented. I want to help. So I give away all this free consulting on so many calls like, well, here's an idea and here's another idea. And I remember taking Sandler sales training, and that was like the big no-no. That's what they call it, free consulting, where you're basically just giving away everything on the sales call when you really didn't need to be diagnosing, right? Anyway, that's just some of my background and stuff. And so I wanted this video to be about the kind of like the attitude you have when you're going into a sales call or when you're getting in that, sales mode where you're, talking to people on the phone or doing email. And one of the things I've noticed, I sometimes slide back into this behavior, is I'm too soft, meaning I don't work them through to a decision where it's a yes or a no. And a lot of times it's whatever is driving it, whether it's the fear of rejection or that I'm just trying to be too nice, which is ironic because I'm actually doing them a disservice by not pointing out the things that, if you don't do this, this is going to happen in your business. And it's not a good thing. And so I kind of have really had this little mini epiphany where I'm noticing that, and I think this is common among all human beings, myself included. I think we just have a tendency to want to stay where we're at because it's comfortable, it's known, it's familiar, it's something we've got a routine around. And a lot of that is in our business, right? The way we're running our business, well, we're making, modest income and things aren't too falling apart. And, we're getting a little business here, a little business there, but it's not robust. It's not like just coming at us and being fulfilling and allowing us to increase our prices and all the things that are really exciting about business. And what I've noticed is that because of this kind of complacency, I have to work a little bit more assertively on my conversations so I can actually help that prospect understand that if they don't do this one thing, then bad things are going to happen, or they're just going to stay the same, which eventually will deteriorate. And I don't want it to sound salesy. I think that's another reason why I go a little soft, because I don't want to come off salesy. I don't think I've ever come off salesy, which is really funny. It's more in my head than it is anywhere else. And everybody's saying that online. It's like, oh, I don't want to be all salesy and blah, blah, blah. And the funny thing is the online marketers, they're like totally salesy because just the way they're delivering their info. Anyway, I don't want to digress too much. So what I did was I had this one and I really didn't do it as an experiment. I just kind of did it because I was like, I had been working a prospect for a number of months. And when I say working, I'm nurturing, I'm checking in. Hey, how's it going? They just weren't ready. And for a lot of people, it is a time thing, right? It's not just like, I'm not sure. It's like, I can't deal with that right now. I've got other things going on, or I don't have the budget for it right now. And I just shot an email off saying, hey, this is, I've got time. I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it was very straightforward and it wasn't pitchy. And it was like, I think this would be great for you, is what I said in the email, or something to that effect. And I got a response like that. It was amazing. And they're like, yeah, I want to talk to you about this. And I was like, okay, what did I do differently? What did I do differently that actually allowed that person to kind of have a little breakthrough in their momentum moving forward? Because they weren't. They were just kind of focused doing other things. And it was like the timing was perfect. Everything was just fell into place. And I want to replicate that. So I think it has a lot to do with my attitude about perceiving them as like, oh, they're not ready, or, kind of projecting that on them, when in fact, All I need to do is just come right out and ask. And I think sometimes a lot of us in sales are afraid to ask, do you want to buy or do you not want to buy? Give me a yes or a no. And it sounds so straightforward and easy, but it's actually challenging to execute a lot of times. So I just wanted to share that kind of little breakthrough I had around sales to see if this is something maybe you could look at the way you're communicating in your emails or the way you're talking to a prospect, whether it's face-to-face or over the phone, and just come flat out and say, listen, I know how to help you. You definitely have a problem I can solve. I've got experience doing this. Why don't we work together? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think that they would appreciate that even more because you're kind of taking a stand for them, to make them and their business better. So that's my tip for today. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to email me your questions. I'm getting a bunch of people asking me certain things, which is great for these videos because it's like Dear Abby, and I come on and Dear Terry. And just kind of talk about it or try to give you something that will help move the needle. So email me anytime, terry@better3.com. And don't forget to check out my podcast, Simplify and Multiply. It's on Apple, it's on Google, it's on Stitcher, it's on iHeartRadio, it's on all of them. Anyway, have a great day and thanks so much for watching.